She's so fine. Hell of a hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Monday, December the 26th, 2022. This video will be regarding the Shanquella Robinson case. And specifically, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everyone who is keeping this case alive. It takes people like us to keep pushing this forward. And I appreciate everybody for doing that. I'm trying to do that as well. But this video is going to be regarding Shanquella Robinson's body being moved. And I spoke about this several videos back. Because what we saw on the video, where we last saw Shanquella Robinson, was on the floor of the main bedroom in Villa Linda 32. That's where she was. Now, I do want to note that at the end of that video, there is some chatter, but it gets shut off. So like I said, there's more to that video. Now, I'm not saying that Winter jumped on her. I'm not going that far with it. But I am saying that there's something more that happened after that video cut off from what we have all seen. Now, we last saw Shanquella at the foot of the bed, on the floor, okay? And many doctors have spoke on this. And basically, just like Nancy Grace's podcast, the Crime Stories podcast, she said it best, that Shanquella Robinson was internally decapitated. So there was no moving after that for her. Yet, just like they said in World War II, loose lips sink ships. And I was raised by the greatest generation, so I heard that a lot growing up. Nazeer Wiggins, who can't seem to keep his mouth shut, told us something completely different, okay? So for those of you guys championing for Nazeer Wiggins not being there, it's awful funny that he has a completely different story about where Shanquella was found. And that right there is just proof that there's something off about movement of Shanquella Robinson. Now, we know that she was naked, okay? But Nazeer Wiggins, what he says is very important. So I want to play back what he says so that we can look at this in detail.
My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this is and what it looked like. Well, you gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good, so I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart and hope that I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking, so we made it to the living room.
Honestly, I haven't heard "Cross My Heart, Hope to Die" since I was a kid, like a little kid. That's odd that a 20-something-year-old would say that. Regardless, we've looked at Cabo Villas. Please believe me, we've looked at it. We know exactly what the layout is. But if you notice, he said Quilla was in the game room when he got there, on the couch. So she's already been moved. Even if we buy his story, she's already been moved, okay? And like I said, if she was naked, you ain't gonna tell me that somebody ain't gonna put some clothes on her. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense to me. Then he says they told him. They told him Quilla wasn't feeling good. That's all they said is Quilla ain't feeling good? He didn't say what happened, none of that? Come on, man. Then at the end, he says they start talking about cooking. They worried about eating. And they moved Quilla into the living room. That's what he said. All right?
Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there.
So if we buy Nazeer's story, now we hear she's been moved again. So she was moved from the foot of the bed to the bathroom, the master bathroom, and that's where the maids found her. Come on, y'all, his story ain't adding up. And he says that's what he was told. Well, what did they tell you? They had to have told you something. Anyway, let's go on.
Okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her aside, I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. So I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do, ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I say that in the video, everybody can hear it, everybody know. Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I tried to get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NCP. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding where this story is coming from and why it's out here like this, because it's wrong. It's wrong. And for y'all to be attacking me, an innocent soul, like, I'm really innocent as fuck. I went there to enjoy my birthday. Like, to enjoy my birthday and to really just goddamn have fun. I didn't have not 1 second of fun. I didn't take one shot, didn't smoke one blunt, didn't do anything. I went straight to Quilla. She was not found dead. She was found unresponsive. Yes, unresponsive. She was unresponsive. I tried to get her to talk to me and all that, but it was none of that. There was none of that going on.
Now think about what he's saying here. He came in and Quilla was unresponsive. Yet he's going outside to make a video and telling her to get up and she's unresponsive? That don't even make sense. And the selfishness of what he's saying here, like we supposed to feel sorry for him because he didn't get to take not one shot, smoke not one blunt. Man, come on.
Yeah, I know y'all probably asking that when I walked in there, I didn't really notice the knot on her head until the nurse pointed it out. I did see the bump on her lip. She did have a blood vessel bust in her eye, and that's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, could they know? Man, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl, we is 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve it.
And he's claiming that he rubbed her head and put on some Summer Walker and got a bag and was paying so much attention to Quilla. But you didn't notice any of her physical injuries? I'm not buying it, guys. Not buying it.
I got there at 3-something p.m. I made my first video at 4:26. That's me outside by the pool. Saying, Quilla, get up, let's go. We got stuff to do. Let's go have fun. There was no fun in that. There was no fun in that. There was nothing good coming from that. I went in there with my bag, put it down, went to the game room, went to the living room, stayed there. The worst time of my life. Of course, my story is going to be different because I got there a day late. I can only tell you what I know from 3:30 till Sunday when I left. That's all I can do. I really can't give nobody no other answer from Friday because they didn't tell me. I didn't go in there, sit down and make no alibi with nobody. I didn't know nothing. They didn't tell me nothing. Cross my heart and hope to die on this Bible right here. I don't know nothing. I didn't sit and make no alibi. I didn't even have time. I got there an hour later. The nurse came in the door. The nurse came in the door. Tried to help pull her, tried to put some salines in her, but her energy, she didn't have no electrolytes. Her oxygen was low, so she couldn't find me. Y'all don't understand what I went through. Y'all don't understand. Y'all won't understand.
And again, the narcissist is trying to get us to feel sorry for him because it was the worst time of his life. But he says he got there at 3-something, made his first video at 4:26. Well, damn, you was in there that long with an unresponsive Shanquella Robinson, and at 4:26 you're hollering about get up? Did you not see that she was completely unresponsive in that entire time you were with her? It doesn't make sense, guys. Then he actually says it. I went from the game room to the living room. So again, he's admitting that she was moved from at least the game room to the living room.
I've been to the house. I talked to me getting on this internet, and I cut the comments out because I know y'all being mad, what's the word? Insensitive. So I ain't even finna go back and forth on this shit with nobody. I have the most respect for Miss Robinson, Quilla, everybody. Like y'all welcome me with open arms. Listen, heard me out. All of that, I didn't feel like anything was a problem. I respect that, and I want you to get justice for your daughter. I want everybody to get justice. I want everybody to stop hurting. Don't nobody deserve that, especially not to die 2,000 miles away from your family. It's not fair. It's not fair, and I say it every day. I say it every day. I think about it every day. It's not, well, I could never forget it. Y'all won't let me forget it because I think I'm responsible for it.
I included this clip in there because he does admit that he did go to Miss Salamandra Robinson's home. And I just want you guys to know that when the audio cuts off on his Instagram Live, that's when he's getting a phone call. And so apparently several people were calling him at that time, probably telling him to shut his mouth, but he just kept right on going. And when you can't tell me, you could not tell me that from the time he left Mexico to the time he went to Miss Salamandra's house that he still didn't know what had happened to Shanquella. So what that tells me is he went to that home and lied to their faces. Because you cannot tell me he didn't learn, even the next day, what had happened. I would never buy that in a million years.
This shit way deeper than what y'all think it is, bro. It's really way deeper than what y'all think it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that, bro. I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years, unresponsive, on vacation, 2,000 miles away, in another country. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for me to come late to put myself in this predicament. It makes no sense. Why would I do? Going out of town to be possibly accessory or anything, that makes no sense. I'm going home. I'm a smart nigga. I have a degree. I graduated. But it makes no sense. I gotta put stuff together, bro. I gotta stop believing everything off the internet, bro. I could tell. I would have told y'all, that's not him. That's not Nazeer. That's not him. He wouldn't do that. He would have stopped that. He would have told them, y'all better come on now. Get y'all fucking act together. And that's the reason why I probably didn't know. Because they knew I was on everybody's ass in there. From this, that, and that. Everybody there was feeling it. I don't care, bro. I just don't care. You don't do that on vacation. No, either party. Whatever happened from alcohol, from drinking too much, you enjoy yourself, bro. You be responsible. You be responsible in another country, in another man's place, bro. That is not our stomach grounds. Y'all know Brittany Griner stuck in Russia. You gotta make a trade. Nobody trading for us. Nobody is fucking trading for me in Mexico. Why the fuck would I want to get stuck in Mexico? Idiots. Make it make sense. That was my first time out the country. I'm tired. I'm fed up. I haven't slept. I don't know. I had to look over my shoulder because I don't know who's back there. Like, this shit is stupid. It's really stupid.
So he says, that's probably why they didn't tell me. Because he was already mad about this, that, and that. Well, what is this, that, and that? He's leaving out a big piece of the story. And I think the big piece of the story is what happened in that villa. He knew because they had to tell him. They had to tell him. If we buy his story and he wasn't there, they had to tell him what happened. Come on, man. They had to have told him what happened. At some point, he learned what happened. And that's when I think he got pissed off. So, I still believe he was there. But even if he wasn't, he still knows more than he's letting on. He's not completely innocent. But I also want to make mention here. I've never heard him accused or being accused of murdering Shanquella. And if you notice, he says that several times. And y'all think I did this to her. No, that's not what people are saying. We're saying you were there, you could have stopped it. That's what you're being accused of. And now you're being accused of maybe moving a body. Maybe dressing a body. We don't know what you did. We don't know who did what. So that's important to note as well. So to sum it all up, Nazeer says when he got there, Shanquella was in the game room. She was naked, okay? We know that. We saw her on video, naked. At the foot of the bed was where we last saw her. Now, when that camera cuts off, allegedly, Winter comes in, gets into it with Daejhanae, and her and Daejhanae have words, and then Shanquella falls over. Now, Nazeer says the maid found her in her master bathroom, slumped over the toilet. That doesn't even make sense, because she couldn't have got from point A to point B by herself. All right. At some point, somebody put some clothes on her. You can't tell me that they didn't. And then he finds her in the game room and then admits that these damn selfish ass people are worried about eating and move her into the living room. He says that. He tells us that. So he is admitted this video is important for many reasons. Many reasons. So allegedly, there are some photos coming out tomorrow evening. I'll be right on top of that. And I'm going to end this video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.